How does the Stoic principle of Amor Fati relate to the flow state process? Let's get it.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumet Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today we're talking about the Stoic principle of Amor Fati and how it relates to the flow state. Okay, Amor Fati means to love one's fate. Okay, it's to embrace your destiny. It's to accept whatever changes come your way. The basic idea is you only control what you can. You don't worry about what you can't control. This is a powerful concept because a sense of control is actually a flow state trigger. If you look up all 17 or all 22 flow state triggers, you're going to have to ask yourself this question. Which one of these triggers matches my character? Which one of these triggers does my character have more access to? And optimize those ones. We have something called an ultradian rhythm that moves us throughout the day. It's basically our nervous system, okay? Creating these ebbs and flows of where we have more higher peak states throughout our day, where our energy is higher, and where our energy is lower. So it's the ebb and flow, the crest and trough of the flow state. Usually you'd say that the high highs are like 90 minutes, but you do need a 20-minute break in order for you to get back into work again for 90 minutes. So some people might even split that process up and chunk it up even smaller using things like Pomodoro. However, I would suggest that you notice and observe how your energy peaks and drops throughout your day. And that will give you an idea of this rise and drop. The same thing with Amor Fati. Life will come with good things and bad things, okay? A desire that you achieved which gives you pleasure, and an aversion or a resistance or a pain or a suffering which will give you pain. Understand that Amor Fati is the straight line system. It is piercing through that crest and trough. And it is the mindset that can actually get you focused, honed in, and moving forward in a powerful way. You see, the mindset of Amor Fati is a character modifier. Okay, it's a sense of you throw in Amor Fati into a personality, and that character is going to look at both of the pros and cons, both of the dualities, right? Someone who's just accepting their fate as it is and learning to love it is in acceptance, is in receiving good energy and not being attached to bad energy, right? There is this neutrality. And according to Frederick Dodson, flow state is a little bit above neutrality. You're maintaining a momentum. If you think about it, Amor Fati is an anti-anxiety medication for you because you're not worrying about what's going to happen next in the future. You're just accepting whatever is happening to you in the now. So if something great happens, cool. Something negative happens, cool. Flow state is between anxiety and boredom, and the level of exertion is like a 7 out of 10. You see, the Stoic you is not a control freak. It's not trying to change the situation around or micromanage things and be this overthinker. Overthinking actually stems from a lot of deep-rooted shame. And it is this shame culture that is perpetuated that snaps us out of that Amor Fati mentality. It gets us into fear mode, where we're worrying about what's going to happen. I also believe that Amor Fati allows you to access your intuition, but also your accurate thinking of the situation. Once you blend that divergent, which is more of a creative type of thinking, where you're looking at all the perceptions and all the perspectives, all the complex data and the information that's out there, and the convergent thinking, which is more focused thinking. It's the sense of you're connecting the dots now from all of that information and putting it to good use and focusing your attention on an end result. Therefore, living as the wish fulfilled is actually a merging of convergent and divergent thinking styles. So shame can bring us to a very low vibration frequency, and we start to understand that there's a heaviness and a burden attached to it, where actually if you release shame on a root level through whatever program that you do, or if you work with subconscious audios or things like this, where you are now choosing to fill your mind with certain stimuli, with certain information that matches this Amor Fati mentality and gets you to incorporate this mindset, which is why a lot of my brothers, we start posting memes related to Stoicism, and we start to embody that Stoic philosophy through life and practice it every chance that we get. There's also this idea of the surrender experiment blending with the acceptance of Amor Fati. And I think that understanding is another powerful example of, hey, this thing happened to me as if I had chosen it. As if I was the one who said, hey, I'm going to love this. I'm going to choose to love this from the perspective of love, Amor, towards one's journey. So this is a process of learning to love your journey. Isn't that flow state maintenance? Isn't that flow state sustainability, where you're living more flow-based and not fear-based? So shame actually splits our ability to think creatively and to think accurately. The logic and the emotions start to become separate from each other. So essentially, Amor Fati is a practice of non-resistance, which is very associated with flow state. So whatever is happening, you're accepting it as it is, and you're dealing with it in that moment. I didn't get that one job interview. Well, where's the opportunity in that? One door closed so another one could open. Amor Fati is a real understanding of where the shit happens, the shift happens. There is this thing that has happened to me. It's in my fate. It's in my storyline. I got into a bad accident. Someone broke up with me. I had some fault in my character that showed up in a random time. I went through some kind of a trauma. Whatever it is, how are you choosing to respond to that? And that response ability, your ability to respond, creates that flow state catalyst. Because you are now living a life by design, not by default. But it's also this paradox, because you are accepting things as they are. You're accurately thinking about it. And in order to change around the programming of this deep-rooted shame that we have, what if there's a lot of shame associated with you making a lot of money, with you improving your health, with you going on a bunch of dates and improving your relationships? Like, what if there's so much shame that is underneath that you can't see? And that's really what is breaking you out of this Amor Fati mentality, is that shame. So what if we could feel deserving of our goals? Think about this. Amor Fati is that worthiness, because you're accepting things as they are. I succeeded, Amor Fati. I failed, Amor Fati. This kind of stoic detachment doesn't get you entangled emotionally in different issues. It doesn't get you caught up in other people's drama. It doesn't have people, places, things, ideas that have this unconscious shame attached to it. You're overriding that through living more flow-based, through living as the wish fulfilled. Because if you have that thing already, why do you need to worry about it? If that thing is already yours, it's already mine, I'm living as if it's already mine, why would I need to worry? You see what I'm saying? Now, the doubt is also associated with the shame, right? So when we feel self-doubt, we're also ashamed about it. If you really trickle back down to your past, you understand it was because of somebody else, some idea, some media, some conditioning that made me have this one belief that is keeping me stuck instead of flowing. Media programming, money is the root of all evil. Only jerks make a lot of money. You have to be an asshole to make a lot of money. Only criminals make a lot of money when they're scamming others. Rich people are scammers. Rich people are jerks. Wealthy people don't get along with others. What are you saying? Where are you getting these ideas? From culture, from media, from society. Wealth and abundance is our birthright, guys. It's not this needy compensation of, I need to feel worthy according to my paycheck. When you remove the shame attached to that money storyline, you're going to be making a lot more money. And that's the thing. We've got to understand how much our emotions play into becoming roadblocks. But the Stoic mentality is the roadblocks become the building blocks. The obstacle becomes the way. So why not work with it until we release that shame? This is what I choose to do in the Flow Zone Academy. I help people release the lower vibrations. This is a process of mind, body, spirit integration, right? Because in flow, you have to have that holistic model, that integrative model. Your mind works, but your body's messed up. Your body's messed up, but then your spirit is inactive. Your spirit is inactive. Well, that's the missing piece for a lot of people right now. You know, Graham Hancock, he went and spoke to a shaman. It's our disconnection from divinity, our disconnection from source. Okay? And so once we reconnect with our own true divine power, once we reconnect with this understanding and this mentality of Amor Fati, we start moving forward like a ripple effect, like a tsunami throughout this world. We become the land swimmers. We become the flow Jedis. Because we're able to discern from information, people, ideas, and things that don't serve us anymore. And our mind integrates this complex information into harmonious flow and action. Amor Fati simplifies an overthinking mind. The overthinking mind is going to think of all sorts of rationalizations, right? Because of the shame. The shame creates this overthinking. Because it's not only shame, it's a layer and another layer and then another layer and then another layer. And it keeps stacking the more we think about it. So overthinking is underthinking because we haven't thought of the solution, we're just thinking of the problem. So anxiety would be an anti-Amor Fati, right? What if this happens? What if that happens? But what if that doesn't work out? And what if she does this? And what if I don't do that? And what if you're in that what if record scratch? It's not allowing you to embrace the presence of the now. So I hope you guys are starting to get a better picture of how Amor Fati can change your life and get you into a flow-based lifestyle, because this is really about fine-tuning that momentum that is millions and millions and millions of years old. Our nervous system knows how to access flow. Science is just catching up to it now. How are we supposed to change civilization otherwise without flow state? Without productivity, without creativity, without momentum, without forward progression? You see, it is my belief that the more evolved human is the Flomo sapien. The Flomo sapien is the one who is the choice point, the sovereign of their own reality. They are the flow, they're not going with the flow. And when they are going with the flow, they're following nature's code. They're not following some random code that they were given from childhood, or a trauma interpretation pattern, which is like a pair of goggles. So the trauma is indicating what they see. The shame goggles are indicating the results that they can achieve, or maybe you can achieve. Maybe you are feeling that shame right now. It's important for you to release that shame, to feel deserving, to feel worthy. Use affirmations, do the subconscious work, do the inner work. Reach out to me and other practitioners who do this kind of healing work. As Neville Goddard says, a man is only limited by the weakness in his attention and a poverty in his imagination. Amor Fati really is this analogy of living as the wish fulfilled. Because once you accept things as they are, that's when you can actually decide, be the choice point of your reality, and be like, hey, what if everything was fine? What if things are exactly as they're meant to be? What if I was meant to go through this experience right now? Because that's how you're going to take the power back into your own hands, right? I'm really thinking about creating an inner child healing course connected to the principles of bioenergetics. If you guys are interested in that, let me know, shoot me a message. And yeah, if you want to find out more about Amor Fati, definitely check out the Brotherhood of the Beast program. We're on that process right now, and I've been on this process for a while now, so I highly recommend it, specifically for men. If you are a strong man, if you need that leadership, if you need to get, more dates, if you want to get your body shifted into a better state, into a more flow state, this is a great program, guys. And I'm only speaking from my own personal experience, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today, Upward Spiral Gang.